What is up, guys? This is Jesse, aka Rextech here, and today we're going to learn how to make this sound. And if you like that, if you guys like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe, and let's get on to the video. Alrighty, so this is going to be another growl tutorial, as you've already heard in the from the intro. Today we're going to do some old school yoys. How I interpret it is like a downsampled yoy, which is honestly really fun to make. You can kind of do a lot with them, so don't need a whole lot with them. Actually, you can use just one oscillator and a filter and a couple different effects, and you got it. This is actually going to be a pretty quick one. So I might we might just from scratch make another growl, completely different sounding from the first one, or we might go into a sustains a little bit. We'll see what happens. So what I like to do first, basic shapes. Probably you can do either a basic shapes saw or square. I like to saw downsample a little bit more and make it modulated. And you kind of just want to keep the triangle because you kind of want it to go yoy, so yoy with it. So it's gonna go. So it's gonna go round yoy yoy yoy, and then you take your filter. I use a high pass. Pull it back. Bring it up. And how you emphasize the growling yoing sound from a downsampled growl like this is your resonance. So the more resonance, the more movement, the more yoy. As you can hear already, it's already starting to make that yoing sound. And then from here, just FX, distortion, downsample, and then you can just, and obviously multi-band compressor to add volume and compression. So I'm using a 44%, or I'm going to 54%. And then you can kind of play around with this a little bit. So you can kind of play around with it. And that's pretty much it for that basic yoing sound from a downsampled style. If you wanted to, you could add a little bit more to it, a bit more meat to it, and then modulate it. And if you want to, if you want to add a little bit of layering. Take away the random. So that's pretty much it for that. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. You can start modulate. You can start doing that modulate. You can start adding different effects to it if you wanted to make it sound a little different. So like a delay is gonna give it a weird delaying effect to it, more of a metallic-y effect to it. And sometimes I like to do this. And again, this does matter. So if I was to put the compressor in front of the distortion, it's not gonna be as loud. It's not gonna be as yoy or distorted. So it's basically it's just a downsample distortion. All right. So now, since that one was pretty quick, I think we're gonna go over some sustains because I use those a lot, and I have a few different patches. One of the patches I can show you real quick. I call it my demon sustain. And you hear it in Surrender to Me, one of the songs I've made. You hear this one a lot. Now what I've done with that, like what I do with this, I leave it low comp gain, because then obviously we add the camel crusher, which is going to add volume. So adds volume, adds distortion, adds some more grit to it. So that's one of the like nice background sustains I like to use. Another one, which I actually just recently started using and I've had a lot of fun with, is a super simple one, and it's an alien sustain. So a lot of you probably know what that is, but another, like, it's just basically a high-pitched background saw. And off this new Ableton 11, at least the one I had, they really don't have frequency shifter, the old frequency shifter in here, so I have it saved. So I just initialize the patch, leave it on default, and then what you can do from here is and then from there, like, you can add a little bit of sauce to it. That's again probably one of the simplest, and we'll throw it into a patch here in a bit. We'll probably just make a growl together real quick. We'll probably so just, you can use that on a lot of things. Just as a good background. From there, we can go. Another thing we can do with sustains is you can take a growl, like a regular growl that we make, which we're gonna make one real quick, and you can make it a sustain, and they sound gnarly. So I'm actually going to use Shutdown Volume 1. I'm pretty sure I got it from Rocket Powered Sounds, if I remember correctly. Not 100%. It's been a while. I'm actually going to use a phasey roar. And then we're going to go in and let's add something with less movement. Let's go with, where's it at? I just had an idea. Is it in here? Yes, J&O. And then we go there. FN from B. Sorry, throat's a little dry. Do right there. And then we can actually from there start making our growl sound. Oh, sorry. Needed a drink. Throat's dry. So we'll make a growl first. Let's just make it basic. We're not going to do any fancy LFOing. Just make it basic. So yeah, so let's just leave it like that. Actually, you know what? Screw it. No phasey roar. Robot T-Rex. I like Robot T-Rex. And then make it growl. So there's two ways you can do it. High pass, high notch. I think we've gone over that already. But I'm going to reiterate, high pass, high notch are great ways to make it growl. This time, we used high notch last time. This time, let's use high pass. All right, and then from here, effects, hyperdimension, I'm going to leave it a little bit wide and even a little wider. Compressor. Distortion, stomp box, as I always do. You know what? It sounds basic. Let's make a fancy LFO. I say fancy. This is basic as fuck LFO. But we're going to do it anyways. I like that. And let's do a chorus on this time. So boom. Just take away its delays. Depth. We're going to actually add an LFO2 and make it trigger. So a good way to just like hear what the chorus is doing, what I like to do is, as you saw, I like to turn the mix up all the way. So now it's just all chorus. I have never tried this. Let's try it. It doesn't really change much when you pull it back, but okay. And then let's add a reverb. This is probably not going to sound like as much of a growl anymore. Yeah, this doesn't sound much like a growl anymore. Let's leave that gritty. So then we do a drop. All right, so now we have our drop done, and so it's gonna sound super basic. Actually, we don't have it done yet. Also, I don't know if I talked about compression or the compressor, but this is my setup. And rookie mistake is leaving this on peak, which will sound like crap. So you want to put it on RMS if you're ever using a compressor and you for some reason hearing that distortion kicked. It's because it's on peak. It's trying to peak everything. It doesn't sound the best. Trust me, I used to do it a lot on accident, and Surrender Me has it on there, and going back and listening to it, I can hear it now, and it bugs the crap out of me. So here it is, basic growl, basic alien sustain, yoys, old school yoys from downsampling. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our growl and go me. And then we're going to take this. My mouse is broken, so I am doing my best. And we'll do here. We take away the LFO, at least make it match. I think it used to be safe to do every bar. Yeah, every bar. And then just take our drums, copy paste. And this is what it's going to sound like. Sounds pretty cool. But we can also just do this. It's going to sound even better. And then half that. And then what we can also do is add some little half bites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same sound, again, because we layer. Take the same sound from the first growl, bring it here. Do beep. And just. So now it's going to hit every kick and snare. And then we're going to adjust this a little bit. Let's actually just make this add seconds. Let's see what that sounds like. And let's actually just change this. So we're pretty much just making a whole new one. Let's go back to Monster 6. And then, so basically it's going to sound like. And if we remember, what do we do when you're hearing a lot at low end? You EQ it out. So you take out EQ. We're probably just going to put it on these three right here. Take an EQ8, low pass it to around 100 hertz. Because what is sublevel again, class? That is right, 30 to 80. At least for cars. You know, somebody's going to be in the comments like, that's not actually what it is, but when I was doing car audio, this is what we tune it to. So if you want it to sound cool in your car, I tune it to that at least. And it's helped me out a lot. So now that we've taken away the slow pass, now it sounds pretty decent. And then I'm just going to grab a quick sub that I already have made, because screw it. I don't know, I feel like making another one. And then we take its EQ And we bring it to 30 to 80. And we're gonna do it to E this time, just for funsies. And then we're gonna grab this one. I'm gonna grab another sub patch that I've made because I don't feel like making another one. This one I have to do a little bit of editing to make it actually match with everything. Grab its EQ, copy, paste. And then it sounds like this when I tune it to E. And that is, my friends, how we make a sustain, a growl, and an old school yoy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
1, 2, 3, let's go!